Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. Hope you're all doing fine and had a great weekend. Didn't upload for a couple of days because I was sick in the last few days of previous week, and I also moved places. And in the meantime, we had a big dump for BTC. We had a weekend pump for BTC. We had all kinds of stuff in the United States with banks, SVB, Silicon Valley, Fed stepping in. My lordy, a lot of stuff is going on. And we are going to look at, of course, BTC USD, but we're also going to look at the S&P 500 and the dollar index because there is so much going on. I am right away going to start off with the bad news, and that is what I also stated on Twitter, although I was sick. So if you followed me there, you were up to date, is that we lost market structure. We have our low here, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then now a lower low. So this is actually your break of market structure, and if we're now stopping somewhere here or just at least underneath this high right here, then we also have a lower high, and then we have a confirmed change of market structure, and then we can really look down. The only biggest FU scenario that we could imagine have is that we are now pumping further, take out the high here, because then again we have a break of structure but not a confirmation. That actually would be pretty confusing. Then you're really getting something like a broadening wedge where you're constantly making lower lows and higher highs, and that can go on for a very long time until eventually we choose direction. So far I am I flipped majority bearish just because we changed market structure. Like I also already said on Twitter, I do not want to see this lost. It happened, and we also took the liquidity out here, so that is pretty bearish. We also have more bearish news, and that is that if I look at the ribbons, we are now above. Earlier we had a bit of a bearish retest, but let's say we are going down again, and then we are again trading underneath. So this is going to be very critical. It looks like the ribbons wants to flip bearish, but if this moves down again, we have a bearish retest, and then we can really go lower. If we close the daily above, then it was a very big FU, and then that is then the first bullish sign for us. If I just look at market Cipher, then on the weekly, then we have a confirmed red dot. The money flow is coming up, the same as the momentum wave. RSIs are, same as the VWAP. RSIs are a little bit split, so that is missing the strength. But earlier it looked like this was kind of an inward curve. If that happens, that is usually pretty bearish. And also the fact that we get a green dot, usually they have some follow through, and then there's more downside to be expected. If we're looking at where we stopped on was it the Friday or Saturday, then that was exactly at a golden pocket at and around 19,500 ish, but that's measured from this low right here to this high back to this golden pocket, but that is not from the exact low. If we do that and we pull it even a little bit further down, then we kind of missed the golden pocket. But if you put it underneath this low, it got nicely hit. Let me take out these ribbons because that's maybe a bit too much. That level is actually very nice because that also coincided with the CME gap that we had. That was a tremendous CME gap created in the weekend, and that was here on Saturday and Sunday, 14th to 15th of January. That gap was I think more than 5%, way too big not to get filled, so it was just waiting for the right moment, and we filled the gap exactly with this last week down here, so that is now nicely filled. With that being said, because we pumped this weekend, we again now have quite a big CME gap. I think it's approximately again, oh look at that, let's be a little bit conservative, so it's 7 or 8%. Also, in my opinion, this is way too big not to get filled. And like I said, for me, we have a change of market structure. So actually, I am looking out to go lower and to create here that lower high. Interesting to see is that, where was that? Earlier, before we broke here to this yellow support and resistance line, this was exactly the top. You can see it here on this 4-hourly candle. So just when I was preparing earlier today, I saw, hey, we stopped exactly at that yellow support and resistance line, which was exactly the top here, which was also support here, and also came in and support multiple times here. So it's crazy to see how that just nicely becomes support and resistance. Like I said, we are breaking now. Wow, we are pumping quite hard. That is a bit of a surprise, to be honest. Is there a trade to take? Yeah, there is actually something I'm looking out for. We might just have breached it with this pump, but that is the following. If I pull a fib from the top from the bottom to the top, then you can see we just passed here the golden pocket, and there are actually two very nice fixed volume profiles. The very macro one comes here in play, and the point of control of this a little bit more local one. So we have a point of control with the value area high, and we have the golden pocket. It looks like we are kind of reaching it right now as I'm doing this recording. If we go lower from here, then this actually would be maybe a very nice level to take a short. I want to see then a little bit more confirmations of exhaustion, but this actually was my very much preferred area. Like I said, we can still get it. Let's see how this plays out the next couple hours. So far this looks strong. If we are breaching this, then we can go much higher, and then I'm looking out to taking out these highs right here to take the liquidity. That will be the value area high at 24,200, and then eventually here these highs at 25,200. So far not there yet. Like I said, I am actually just waiting for us to find some exhaustion of the bulls, so I can enter a short, and then we can write this down, and we can maybe also confirm this as a low. If we make a higher low, then still it would be nice, right? Or to take out these lows would also still be nice, right? But now actually you want to first see that confirmation that we are making a lower high. Like I said, if we go higher, then you know what kind of levels I'm looking out for. Also here on the, let's say, a little bit of a macro time frame, the 4 hour or something, you don't see a bullish divergence here on the momentum waves to get into a trade. Let me see if we had it here. No, also not now. It looks from a money flow perspective, actually looks very nice with the money flow just curving up now higher. This actually could be a very nice bearish divergence. I hope you can see it, where we are now making new highs on the price, on the candles, and this could actually go lower here on momentum waves. I have to say money flow is pretty thick. RSIs are coming together, so maybe this has more steam to the upside. Don't rush in, but you know, kind of know what I'm looking out for. S&P 500 then. That is going to be very interesting. We are breaching the golden pocket, measured from these lows right here to the high golden pocket, but this white diagonal line, that is support and resistance, that is already coming in from the beginning of 2022. That has been major resistance. We broke it, we retested a few times here and here, and now it looks like we are going to break it again. And if we then going lower, that is the target that I'm looking out for, to take the liquidity underneath all of these candles. And the nice thing is, as you can see, also put an alert there. The nice thing is that coincides with a golden pocket just underneath. If we place it all the way here to the lows, then that golden pocket comes in just underneath. So to maybe go lower, take out the liquidity here, and then hit the golden pocket at 37.50 for the S&P 500, 37.50, that would be nice. Would we fill this? Then of course I'm looking at these lows, because there's not so much structure here to hold us up. But let's first see if we can come lower. A little bit weird. This is the dollar index. We are also going lower for the dollar index, and usually the dollar index dumps, BTC and S&P 500 pumps, and the other way around. But now we are seeing already for a while that the S&P 500 is moving lower, and that the dollar index is also moving lower. Sorry, let me take out these gaps. So that's a little bit weird to see. This is of course on the daily, but on the, like, let's say a bit of a bigger structure, we have not yet confirmed a higher low on the daily. So if we are going lower, then I'm first looking out for 102.6 for the dollar index. That would actually, I think, be a very nice level to to confirm a higher low, and if else maybe to kind of retest this. Actually, look at that, coincides perfectly with the golden pocket. Yeah, my internet is a little bit slow here. But you can see that coincides nicely with the golden pocket, so maybe to go lower and then to eventually turn up again and hit that macro golden pocket that I have in mind already for weeks now, 109 to 110. But that is for now most important. What I then want to go to is the news. Tomorrow is the most important day of this week, because then we are getting CPI data, inflation in the United States. For now, we have 6.4 from the previous month. Consensus is that the data tomorrow comes out at 6%, so a minus of 0.4% for the inflation. So inflation, at least that's what the consensus is. A lot of people think that it has come down again. Core inflation then, just slightly lower, 5.5 with the previous 5.6%. So if it also then comes down at 5.6, that I think is also fine. But if it really spikes up, then it's going to be pretty bad news. Interesting enough, last week I think there was a very big majority that expected that the Fed will raise the rates later on this month with at least 0.5%. That was approximately 1 month ago, 0 to 0.25, and then after the testimony of Powell, it shot up to 0.5%. Now with everything that happened with the SVB bank and all the bailouts that's going on and everything that's going on with the banks, people think that Powell might think twice and say, you know what, that 0.5% maybe not such a good idea. Let's do 0.25 or 0 for 1 month, and then let's see how it turns out. So the expectation of rising interest rates with 0.5% is suddenly off the table. Very volatile, not only the markets but also the predictions. It's going to be interesting to see where we are going to end up. Be careful out there. Later on today I will also upload a video about ETH, so be on the lookout for that. If you don't want to miss these kinds of updates, then again, do me a favor, like, subscribe, click the bell, click, and also if you don't miss anything, leave me a comment, share the video with your friends if you think that's useful. Also feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Those links are also in the description, and I'll see you guys very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.